ne say tap send see yen fa sadere we emma won customers nititu ene won a wo UK say obetimi a create wo tap send wallet no e wo app no eso se ekoba ne say tap rate no ekostra obetimi a save ska akodu mpempenso bi te say 50,000 Ghana cedis ane 50,000 Ghana cedis na afei wo yin kakra se oba online Ghana mu a obetimi a save ska e wo tap send wallet no so abra unya ohaw bia na tie tap send atre wo mahyimu akodru UAE Netherlands and Austria tap send na easy fast and secure tap send papa no
everybody check now check it check it that beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Push sugar level, check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Time up. Showbiz Daily is what it is now. Here on Sammy Flex TV, Roland Amate is here, Abbas Moise is here, and Team Do Solomon Chemo is also here. And thank God, the weather just got a little calm. So what it means is that we can make life cool and continue with it the way we are supposed to handle it. And we have some issues to discuss, as usual. When we sit like this, then definitely some issues will be coming up for discussion, and I invite you all to be a part of it. Put your comments there, subscribe to us, and let's do some more. We've seen Black Sheriff at the London Fashion Week. We've seen King Promise also performing abroad, and what it means is that over the weekend some of our people went out international. In our industry, it is not easy for you to move out there like that, especially when we know the inspiration behind moving out there. Oftentimes they are not inspiring, but you still have to go. So when we see some few people doing it, they need our commendation. So Black Sheriff at the London Fashion Week, walking and showing what he's got. And King Promise also performed all the way in Gambia, and the people also cheered him on. Richie, we can watch some of the videos whilst I pick opinions from my people, how our guys are going out there, even in the face of less inspiration, yet we are making it happen. We are magicians in our industry, if you ask me. Real magicians in our industry. Yes, so check Black Sheriff. He's working like, where stay from? The Blacko is on the catwalk. Hey, see, that's why it's street.
They bring them to work like that too.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Your next will be things like that.
Yeah.
It's Wow. So Blacko has the model poster though.
Yeah.
Very slim and very straight as well. No crooked leg or hand anywhere. And this Camido? Oh?
Yeah, Camido and Tiwa.
But he did not walk.
No, Tiwa did one for Bebre.
But Camido did not walk. Oh, okay. Camido did not walk, but Blacko walked. Camido took photos behind the scenes, and that was also cool.
I was here, so
Yeah. Some people enjoyed that too. So why not? It is very, very necessary that we pay attention to them as well. And yes, Blacko and Tiwa. I know Blacko and Tiwa has performed elsewhere before, somewhere in America last year. So it means the relationship or the friendship is already built. And meeting again was a reconnect, and you could see smiles all over their faces. And again, here in Africa, man like in Promise was also in Gambia, giving the people what they want. And I want us to also look at some videos, and I'm sure that when we come, okay, whilst we are watching, Reggie, I know it's going to be have copyright, so you can roll it whilst we are talking. Abbas, let's go out. Our people are making strides. Any reaction to what we have seen so far from two people in our industry?
It's good to be progressing.
Okay.
It's good to greetings to everybody watching. Greetings to everybody in the studio. Jackie Boatin.
Yeah.
Yesterday she was a soldier under the posting.
Yeah. So she was really mad. I saw she was really mad.
I like this soldier.
She was mad at Nana Romeo, and I think people have not seen the way they are giving it to them. With everywhere. The real with the city. I'm waiting for their response.
So, I mean, it's good for all of us to go out there to do something refreshing, something new. We think outside the box. This time around, everybody is throwing the box away. So, to do what is supposed to be done, it's a showmanship.
All right. So on the screens, you have some of the videos of King Promise getting love out there, and the numbers were good. To get these kind of numbers in a big man, so it's impressive as a matter of fact. And as you watch, this was him doing his own thing, giving them all the back-to-back hits that he's known for. Yes, Abba, so you can continue.
Yeah, so it's good to be out there. It's good to do something refreshing. Somebody like Black Sheriff doing his own thing on the catway, and he's modeling superb, wonderfully as a model. That shows definitely. I'm sure definitely either he will be paid or will have some sort of brand value to his brand, and is a good positioning. Luckily for him too, he's not the only one doing it. There were other superstars also on that runway, so it's a privilege for him to be there to do that, and also gain some experience, gain some connection, and do that. Looking at King Promise also moving into the Gambias and doing solid. Gambia, Liberia, Sierra Leone, they mostly feed from us. Those days, I remember that our movies and our music entered into that industry. Nigeria used to feed from us heavily. Heavily, Nigeria was feeding on Ghanaian productions, Ghanaian movie, Ghanaian music. All this country also does. But I don't know what happened along the way. The Nigerian Nollywood just took all over whatever we were doing, and they were just moving at a particular speed. It looks like they find a way to either the business-wise or they just find a way to get ahead of us, and they were doing it, delivering top-notch, delivering content and so forth. We used to deliver super content in Ghana. Way back in 1987, in the 80s, 70s, 90s, movies like The Road to Kukuratumi, and a lot of movie production that were churning out. There were movies. The likes of Revison and Co. Their colleagues have met who are from other countries. When they meet him and they come on campus, they meet him like the way they will be shaking. There's someone who came and he saw him, an old professor. He was shaking. Like he said, he watched him from his country. Like that this is a superstar he has met, and that's what production or the creative space should be about. And I think I would like to plead with either we ourselves, we need to reorient ourselves, reorganize ourselves, have a strong forward, so that we will be able to go out this way, be able to push things across board, and make the numbers for ourselves. For example, as we are talking right now, Nigerians are in our town and doing production with us. I'm sure it's not chicken change.
Talking about that later.
Chicken change. They will be taken from us.
Well, thank you. Two of our stars out there making us proud, and we need to commend them. What do you have to say?
Feels good. Let me say big ups to Black Hole and also to Can Promise. I think it's good, especially Can Promise. You know that it is not so easy for you to go out of your jurisdiction to get such a reception, yes, from other countries. So when a brother goes on that particular journey, of course, we need to commend them. Like you said, even though sometimes the conditions may not be so favorable, but then when you look at the timing and everything and you think you have something to benefit from it, why not? You can equally push for it and make it happen. And on that score, Kim Promise doing this, yes, he is doing it for himself as an artist though. But on a larger scale, some of the glories indirectly also comes to where he's coming from, which is Ghana's entertainment, and it goes a long way to even foster businesses beyond him Can Promise, because at the end of the day, where are you coming from? I'm coming from Ghana, and other collaborations may come, other connections may come to Ghana through the fact that you've gone to perform in Gambia. So it's good. And to Blacko, of course, some of these things would come your way as an artist or as a creative person. You know, being a creative person, it doesn't mean that you are confined into only the area of your specialty, but then it is intertwined. You can be called, so many things are connected to the things we do as entertainers. As entertainment media house, we are connected to so many things in the creative arts industry, sometimes even beyond entertainment, sometimes even into politics and all that. Okay. Same way as a musician and all, you are connected to fashion, sports, and everything. So along the line, some of these things may come your way. It is up to you to decide whether you take advantage of it or not, depending on the circumstances around it. And I think Blacko, with his level of connections and the people that he has as partners to his music career, some of these things are not surprising. In fact, they add value to the things that they do. Not longer, even before this, we saw him model for some brands, even in, I think, in America or so. When
the Ellis.
Yes,
yeah.
He modeled.
That was in Europe.
Okay, so he modeled for some brands as well, and this is just an upgrade of that particular thing. Maybe that was just for photos and the outdooring of a particular model. But then
I'm sure out of that, maybe
this one has been an upgrade of it. So yes, periodically some artists can take advantage of it, and it shouldn't only be the one that is outside your jurisdiction alone. We have fashion shows in this country that artists can equally take advantage of, and you lobbying for such platforms is also not a crime.
We don't usually see them do it here.
Exactly. It is only, I think, Rhythms on the Runway that we mostly, and because mostly he also has connections to some of these people in the industry. So having access to them is not so difficult. But I want us to tackle it vice versa, where artists should see some of the need to capitalize on some of these opportunities. These are things that will also help your brand, provided it will not cost you than for you to gain. So if you would have to lobby at a fashion week in order to make an appearance, be on the runway for the model for them, and get some brand value to your brand, why not? You can equally take advantage. So big ups to Blacko and to even Camido, who also represented on the night, because at the end of the day, he among the pictures that were flying, his is also flying, and it's good for him. And to Promise as well.
Well, Chamo, let me know your opinion as well.
Kudos to them. I think Kim Promise is not doing bad at all. He's really doing well, and I can say that he is very influential in African countries. Yes, people really love him. When you look at what is going on the internet, I think Kim Promise is taking advantage of that. The dominance that he's getting, or people now enjoying his song, and he's taking advantage of it. I think it's good, and he should continue to do that. I think it will help him. And then Blacko too. I mean, this is a typical thing that most entertainers sometimes take advantage of. If you are an entertainer or a creator, and then you can multitask, or you can do more than just one thing that we know you for, you have to add it, because it's also a business, and you can take advantage and make money from other areas which are related to you being an entertainer. And this is not new. I mean, for America, for instance, even if you are ranking them, the entertainers, especially the musicians, some of the money that they make, in fact, all the time, most of them, it's not directly from the music that they do, it's from the other things. They have fashion brands that they work with. Some of them are actors, some of them do other things. 50 Cent, for instance, he's an executive producer of movies, hit movies, and then sometimes he also participates in it. He's also an actor, and he's making huge money there. The same thing with the likes of even West, and yes, and then Rihanna, for instance.
Yeah.
At the point, yes, more of those things like. So if you are pushing your brand or your artistic work in that direction, I think it's not wrong. And based on the fact that he's working with a huge record label as well, I think they will tell him to also consider those things. And me, I will tell our people to also consider it. Even if you are not getting chance to do it outside, you can also do it with our people here who are doing well. Now we can talk of Kumawood movies coming up again. Everybody is talking about it and all that. So those who can do something, you should also decide to do some collaboration with them. I think it will help. So kudos to Blacko and then Kim Promise. I think things are moving well for them.
Way to go. Big ups to them as well, and to the rest of our people who are doing great. We say big ups to you guys. This is the way to go. Gradually, steadily, we'll be making progress. Small, you bedroom. Now, still talking about some of the things happening in Ghana internationally. Kojong Cancer Lilwyn has been in the news for the past days. At least ever since he welcomed some top stars from Nollywood, aka Nigeria's movie industry, into Ghana for a project that he calls a country called Ghana. Many people are giving him big ups. At least if you know this man, his name is Awilo. Sharp. Awilo Sharp is in Ghana, and I saw Ramsey Noah, just as I mentioned his name, he appeared, still looking fine, boy and young. Wow, that's beautiful. He's still keeping his stature, and it looks good, man. So, and there was another one. This guy. Very pretty people. Something Okafor. I've forgotten the name though. He is also here, and the project called A Country Called Ghana. Lilwyn has not told us the entire story yet, but I'm scared it might have some political things in there, because listening to what's his name, Ramsey Noah talk, he said, he didn't even know Lilwyn is a politician, and I was shocked, like, how? Who told him Lilwyn is a politician? So,
recently Lilwyn, he's been talking about him running for an MP in his area. So I think that's what Ramsey Noah said. He has,
of course, cameo.
it's not really a scam, because he has declared to run as an MP. And some Salunko, for instance, did it, I think, 4 years ago. So So I think. Audited.
Well, so this is it. As it stands now, he is getting all the attention. Lilwyn is getting all the attention in the movie industry with this project, and we hear this is a Netflix production. That is what we are hearing, a Netflix production, a production that he's going to do for Netflix. Information also has it that they will be shooting for 1 solid month. That's what hey, then it's going to be a big order, maybe a series or something. Hey, director 1 is there. Oh, now director 1, I'm imagine hey. When I see the way become happy.
Yeah.
Because I say you, hey, he nearly died. Oh, he's still suffering the stroke. Yeah, because if you saw him, he was walking one side. Well, director 1 here is going to be the director for this one. And oh yeah, it's true. But at least he's up, so we need to be grateful to him. So in this video, the Nollywood actors went to visit Despite Media, one of the leading media houses here in Ghana. Their general manager is sitting beside Bramsy Noah. His name is Father Dixon. Maybe Richie, you can listen to what is here, and we come to the studio to talk about some of the benefits in this production that Ghana stands to enjoy. And again, it is not coming from any institution. It is coming from an individual, Lilwyn. And I'm here thinking about the expenditure, shooting for 1 month, keeping these people, or maybe they will be going in some week or two. But to keep them for 1 month, I'm just thinking about it, like the cost involved. I hear tomorrow, Wednesday, a hotel in Kumasi, an apartment in Kumasi called F2. They are going to have a press conference there as well. And I know Kumasi bloggers, tomorrow they will feast. Tomorrow they will feast, Rob. Let's watch this. I'll be back.
Sorry, it's not the right time to come. Sorry, it's not the right time to come. This is not the right time to come. Nigeria. It's still very sensitive. It's still very still in the air. Like I remember that, like in my head when he said, okay, we're working on the 19th, I said, Jesus. I said, if I come here now, the way Ghanaians will do all that anger is on Frozen is going to be on my head. Yes. But it's a good thing, basically. It's also very nice to be here. Rogers, it's good to see you again after so long. It's also good to see
Father, the whole Ghana father, is my father.
Okay.
Then if you come to Ghana, I'll bring you the media, the higher. Okay, come back. That's how I'm doing.
you can say it in pidgin.
Oh, can say it. Okay, I brought you to my father to eat. My father's a father racing.
Yeah.
And the manager, Mr. Richard Kote.
Yes.
This media is the biggest, yes. The biggest in Ghana.
In Ghana.
That's why I brought you here. All the series are shooting in Ghana.
4 radio stations and 1 TV
yes.
station.
4 radio stations and 1 TV station.
Yeah.
Okay. Any movie I shoot, my father, I bring him to show in the media for me. That's why I bring to him. The performance is too hot.
Well, so what it means is that in the movie, Kojo Kansa will still be doing his Akan language and they will be doing their English. But I trust Kojo Kansa, he acts well. But he tells us this will surely be greater than Mr. President. Have you guys seen Mr. President yet?
No.
I haven't seen it.
Wow. But he tells us this will be greater than Mr. President. But has it been released, Mr. President?
I think after the premiere, that's all.
He's premiered it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it's true. Some Gargantuan premiere.
After the premiere.
Well, so Lilwyn is still telling us this is going to be bigger than Mr. President. And let's talk about the benefits, the funding, and the way forward. Ro, maybe you can start with this one.
Well, I think this is where some of the meetings, of which the likes of Idris Elba and the likes having with the people in power, this is where some of these meetings are needed more. Because sometimes it is not only about the people that we think, oh, they can do this, they can do that for us, but are people who are willing and ready to even sacrifice the little they have, even in this broken system. And Lilwyn so far has proven to be one of those useful people. Yes, this is the system. It is through this broken system that he was able to get that level of prominence and also the wealth that he has, and he's investing back into it, because so at the end of the day, it is also going to help sustain the movie economy. Whether it is little or whether it is big, it will still come back. This is just like plowing back into the system that made him. And so far, it is good. So I understand why sometimes if somebody would want to touch their movie in a certain light, he will go AY. Yes, this is one of them. Yes, because he is a key contributor. So yeah, sometimes we would have to pardon him. Even when he goes AWOL, we will still have to pardon him on that light and just be correcting as time goes on. This is for the collaboration bit. This is a very good collaboration. In fact, it brings us back to the times where we were having the lives of Jackie Appiah and Jackie Appiah, Majid Michel, John Dumelo, collaborating with collaborating with these Nigerians and all that. And mostly it was they that were rather employing the services of some of our people to rather feature in their movies. And this is more or less like a vice versa kind of thing. So it is good. I think they went to Despite Media. Perhaps maybe it is going to be run on a series, and maybe they would have a share in the showing or the telecasting of it. So
I'm sure one of Lilwyn's series was running on.
Exactly. Yes.
So they are part of the financiers.
Exactly. So this is just good. This is just good. Well, it is good for our industry. But I mean, I would wish that yes, periodically, sometimes these are the people that need those incentives, because even if these casts are going to shoot for about a week, if Lilwyn's movie is even the shooting is going to last for a month, and these guys are here even for a week to shoot their part and go sell, it is still not a joke. Even moving from Accra to Kumasi and somebody taking your expense, it's not even a joke. It's not child's play. Even for a weekend, cry no be joke. And these people are not just ordinary brands that you can say, we want to put them at any medium or a very average places. No, these are people that have very luxurious taste, and they would expect nothing but you treat them like the way they get to be treated in their back home or something. So yes, I feel for Lilwyn. In fact, I feel for his pocket. Yes, I feel for his pockets, because all the partners that he has to these projects, all those monies could be pumped into the thing, and if he had done it little, of course he would have gone far or had enough resources. But actually, he's investing in some of these people, and of course it is still going to give him. I believe he's made his business calculations and realized this would make business sense. That is why he would even have the confidence to say it will be bigger than Mr.
I also want to believe that because he is targeting Netflix,
that
is why he would have these people, because these people are known names and faces.
When you go on Netflix, most of the movies, especially even as African movies, these are the poster people that are being used to sell those movies on there. And I don't only want to believe, maybe yes, he has Netflix as one of his motives, but I am also looking at that cut across system, because this is like a statement for Lilwyn. You know, over the years they've been chastised of their movie not cutting across, and this is one of the ways to make that statement. So at the end of the day, after premiering it in Ghana, if he gets the opportunity to even premiere it in Nigeria, and it also runs in Nigeria concurrently, then it means that his movie has cut across. And it is a huge statement for him, and especially the people that he has problems with in recent times. Yes, you don't want to feature because you think our movies don't cut across. Our movies are mediocre, and these
so I want to believe Lilwyn knew what was going to happen in the coming days.
Exactly.
It's not fire.
That's why he. That's why he was firing some.
We are big champ.
We are big champ. We are doing see we are no photo. That's what he. So to him, aside everything, this is also a huge statement for him and his brand as a movie person. So he can equally tell the people that he's competing with here that yes, we can do it and do it big, and do it like even others are also doing that you would want to compare or even emulate from. And we can do it to the extent that we can also employ them. Just like it is rare for a black man to say I'm employing Bruni. Yes, the first it is Bruni that employ our people, but we can also do that. And Lilwyn, there is an indirect way of making those statements. So big ups to him, and I feel for his pocket, and I hope this after this particular project, we will wake up and we will see correct data.
Okay.
Of we were able to break the box office, and this is the amount of money. So it will give some level of bigger encouragement, and not only the fact that I brought them here, them here.
Abbas, let me ask you this as part of your submission. Do you think, or do you suggest or suspect that it is because the money paid them is good, that is why they came, or they might not be active in Nigeria, that's why they are here?
No, the story moves them.
The story, and not the money. Hey.
The story, then your money, then it's schedule. For the people, if I've not had an experience at all, I've had Ramsey Noah's experience.
Okay.
First of all, they will actually send scripts. What's the story? What's the storyline? So you can't come and narrate your verbal stories to them. You need to let them have it. Now, they will test your pulse with some hard currency. When you come to negotiation table, then you find that the weather is cool. Now they know you have the muscles to speak. Now when you are done, now then they will run the background checks on you. They are scared of any other person than themselves, because where they are from is a jungle place. So no matter how holy you think you are, no matter whatever information you give to them, they will still run. And if they are coming purposely because one, they know it's a production or it's a project that will keep their brand. Two, they know it's a project that is worth it.
Okay.
Three, they know that it is a project that keeps their legacy. And you know, the Ghanaian market, let me tell you the truth, no Nigerian actor takes the Ghanaian market on serious, because they know what the Ghanaian market brings on the English table. They don't just look at Ghana as a country. They look at Ghana in the diaspora. They look at Ghana in terms of history. They look at the good brand or the good name of Ghana that it can bring to them. And this is not the first time Nollywood actors coming or being employed by Ghanaians. There have been movies where Mr. Ibu have been in Ghana. There have been movies where
Patience Ozoko
have been here.
Has even come to shoot a promo for our country.
Yes, there have been a project that this man, the grandfather of Nollywood himself came. Pete Dochi was in town, and it's no joke. So if you also have that opportunity, so I also counted that as an opportunity for them. You see the mood in which they come in with, the liveliness, the freedom, and they really want to be in Ghana at any time. So if you let me be in Ghana where I'll be free, you pay me, you treat me good. For hospitality of a Ghanaian, they don't doubt it at all.
Okay.
They don't. When you tell a Nigerian you are a Ghanaian, he feel relaxed.
Dealing with you.
Yes, dealing with you. The next is that he watches very well, because in their system, Charlie don't go 100%, because anybody can fuck you up. You get it? So that it is there. So I would say, first of all, is the storyline that brings them onto the table. The second thing that brings them onto the table is the money. The kwacha need to make sense.
Okay.
Three, the project need to be a legacy project. It's a project that they 10 years later, they know that yes, it is worth it. They are proud of it. Yes. And also, the fourth thing that comes onto the table is that the brand Ghana is worth it. And they know that being part of a Ghanaian market, they are going to enter into a new market. Look, Ramsey Noah, if you are going to be paying me good sum of money, and you are supposed to take him tree for him to speak to and meet a different set of numbers of tree speaking people, you will come and speak to in your movie. It's not about pride for him. That is his job. You give him a story that makes sense and it's true. Imagine this Netflix movie that they are going to do now is a full account movie. Maybe part of the 1 month they are staying a week is to study script and to be taught a can. Imagine sir. Say they are senior baby train. 1 week no baby tena Kumasi no kwan. Yedi chomu Tree kind of
Since it's a Netflix movie, I'm not sure they'll prioritize.
They are full Yoruba movie on Netflix.
No,
they are full Tree movie.
Can do it.
You translate it,
and they will just wrap.
They will give you the subtitle.
Yeah. That
And the one they did with Mr. Ibu was speaking Tree at some point. Yeah. Yeah.
And it will be solid, like it will revolutionize everything. It will change the face of everything. And Lilwyn will be a pace setter. For that, I like his guts.
Okay.
Forget every standard that you have now. We are all throwing the box away. For now, whoever says he's a superstar than Lilwyn, he has beat you to it. If you say you have produced bigger movie than him, he has beat you to it. If you say you speak English than him, he has beat you to it. Because you see, this production will not be a Canon camera production, and it will not be a one camera production. And you could see he has been warming up for this production, and I can tell with my gut and with budget of movie that I know and what I know, per the book and per the grounds, he is not the only one financing this thing. And he is marketing it in such a way that everybody that is financing it will not at this time fill their pockets, will be on the dopamine called hype. Everybody, as of now, you are feeling good wherever. If your two pesos is in it, you feel good, and it's good for you to feel good. If sometimes you feel like you've lost some money that you can use to build a house, but look, when you get the dopamine hype, they tell you, hey, Anna, okay, it makes sense. Say, man, to me, and see if you cry now. Hey, me didn't share internet. Me cry now, me.
No, me can't hold it.
To be broken, me now, me do way back.
Dopamine hype. I like the word. I'll be using it too. So now most of the December shows in Ghana are for dopamine.
And I'm a boy, and I'm a yeah. But I would do fear now. So need like so it helps. Where it will top it up for you is that when you are done with the project and you take it to Netflix and you do premiere. So maybe I'll be speaking to a couple of these guys that I know, because at least I know I work with a couple of guys of Lilwyn. I'll be speaking to them before time and time. If they are not connected to the Nigeria market, my Nigeria people that I know in terms of premiering, marketing and all this stuff, I'll quickly I'm connecting you for free. I don't want connection money. Because it feels good. It feels good to say, okay, I'm also part
of this project.
If not at all, I know if they premiere it, I'll get a flight to Lagos. I'll stay in a good place in Lagos. I'll be on a carpet in Lagos.
Some Echo Hotel, huh?
Yeah, then I'll come and show it here. Hey, yes, you're cool. Mom, see, Musu chair
for dopamine high.
Yeah, man. And it adds up to your CV. And you also be able to validate your connects. Because sometimes I will connect and I say I'm brushing in Kakra. I say, and it's good. Imagine this movie alone, they can premiere it in Accra, they can premiere it in Abuja, in Lagos, in Kumasi, they can premiere it in Takoradi, they can go to Kigali, they can go to Cairo, they can go to, like, it's limitless when you combine Gollywood and Nollywood together and have a broader mind. And what I'll just say is that, please, Lilwyn, don't give up. Membre. Because you see, the fight you are fighting now, a lot of the people you are even fighting for will not understand it. A lot of the people you are pushing the agenda for will not. By years to come, they will come and appreciate it. As some Nigerians are now appreciating some old musicians who have lead their way for them, and now they are enjoying the superstardom. There were years ago, you can't imagine, that is Ghanaian artists that flew in helicopter, in jet and so forth. Now we Trotro they don't take for us, but a Nigerian artist can demand for a full flight before it comes to your event, and you will deliver. You will be happily delivering. You'll be happily delivering the kind of repertoire they are going to give to you. So, I wish we can do better. And the game of language barrier that Lilwyn is trying to cross. And you see, one of the things I've also learned, and I'm hoping all the young Ghanaians are learning it, and everybody across Africa is learning it. Don't let formal education be a barrier to your dream. You have the dream that you can dream. And the thing is that if you dream, it will happen. May God let our dream happen for us.
Amen. Yes, Chamo, you can wrap up on this.
Sure. For me, I have no doubt that Lilwyn will make his money back and even make more profit. I have no doubt about that. I remember the first time that he said that now he understands the YouTube and he is going to commit money to it. And then they ask him, Lilwyn, are you sure this money that you are committing to do a YouTube project, you make your money back? He said, oh, I just want to help the industry. For me, at that time, I said, no, this guy is lying. He has seen the light that people are not seeing. And after that, he has been producing, giving out movies, like huge budget movies that he's been producing. And I have no doubt he's making his money. He's not doing charity for anybody. He's doing business and it's working. Just that people haven't seen the light the way he has seen it.
True.
I think now he has no doubt that even if he decides to produce this movie for just YouTube, he will still make his money. If he does it, this is a huge budget movie. If he decides that I will do this movie and put it on YouTube, he will still make his money. He is now at that point. He has channels with huge numbers that he can make good money. So apart from him now deciding to target Netflix and other platforms, he knows that YouTube is for me. He can, whatever movie, even if it is a featured movie, long movie, he can just slash it into some pieces and then put it on YouTube and he will make his money.
Still make his money from there.
Like, so easy. So for me, I think now he has been able to convince others. Me too, I think it's not only his money. He has now convinced other people to come on board because, Charlie, there's money in this thing. Let's make it happen. And then also get the...
I'm not sure that one day he will ever share.
Yeah, he won't. He won't tell us.
They say don't show them where you bake your bread.
They will bend the bakery. They will bend the bakery. When you buy your flour, they will bend it.
He will not. And I remember when this guy, Kofi Asamoah, did one of his big movies, the one that he brought Pete Dochi to Ghana. Yeah, KSM was also involved. Okay, so I was going with him with KSM for the meetings and even the press conference. And then Kofi Asamoah at that time, I remember, declared that he was using $250,000 for the movie. Yes, and it was huge. Everybody was talking about it. At that time, he had a partner that he was working with. For me, I think if you do it the right way, you will make your money. And for some of the Kumaru people, they now have the formula and they are using it so well. Just that their means of doing things is not the usual thing. The way that they go about it. So some, no, I won't say book long, but I've said it anyway. Some people who want to see it in a certain way are sitting back and looking at them. Look at what they are doing. This is not professional. This is what Lilwyn, he hasn't been professional, but he is the one making the headway. In fact, if you want him to be professional the way you want, you better join him. You better join him and advise him to go professional, because it is working for him. To get somebody like Ramsey Noah to come down, it's not easy. He has been in hit movies. Yeah. And then, yes, and then the other ones, I will sharp. His real name is Victor Oshuagu, something like that. Yeah. He has also been in the hit movies. That has even become his name. I will sharp. And then the other guy too, the same thing, Charles Oworum. The same thing. He has also been in hit movies. Yes, that's his name. Yeah, Charles Oworum. Yeah, he has also been in hit movies. So these are not mere actors, like they are superstars when it comes to African movies. And now he can pay them for them to be in these movies. It's huge. And then the PR work too, the promotion is also going well. I remember Charles did a video for Lilwyn saying that I'll make you proud. I'm coming to Ghana. Thank you for bringing me on board. Yes,
the money was good.
Yes, there's a video like that online. In fact, it's on Lilwyn's page. If Richie can go there, he will see it.
The money is good.
Yes. He did it and then they sent it out. So people will now be wondering, how much is he paying? Why is he so excited to come to do this? Like he's on board to do this project and all that. So Lilwyn is getting everything right at this time. Even though a lot of people will say that he's not doing it professionally. Even the professionals could
be by the boss.
But yeah, the way that they think it should be done. But even all those people will know that no, this guy is getting something right. And I think this is a huge project, and we wish him all the best. Okay. And the way that he's doing things, so far so good for me. And I'm very, very impressed. But I have no doubt that he will make his money back. He now knows how to do it and make the money. Others will doubt it, but he is making it. This is not the first time he's doing a huge project. I remember when he did the cocoa season thing. He brought almost all the big stars, yes, in Ghana here. And then that one too, he said that I'm going to produce it for YouTube until Roger Cote and his boss, Father Dixon, decided to serialize it on UTV. For them to pay for it, or they do partnership or something like that. So Lilwyn, he is the one doing the whole thing. Like his approach and the way he's going about it is fantastic. And then you get people like Dr. Likey also taking the other side of things. You go this way, you have taken the other side. I think those who are doing movies in Accra that they call Gallywood, I think they should be learning something from the Kumawood people. Okay. It's always not about going by the books. It is not like that. Look at how people are doing it. If it is working, join them and use your knowledge to polish it. I think that's what the Accra people are missing. They have a way of doing things, so they don't know how to polish what the Kumawood people are doing, and it is working. Just polish it to make it look the way you want it to look like. But they go like, no, let them do their thing. I think that's what brought even the fight or the conversation between Lilwyn and then the Mata and Komate. I think they will approach him and say, come and shoot some for as they said, oh, Brandon for interest in there. They kept in mind, that's how they say it. So you will not be happy because the person is not using technical terms to even invite you on board. But you can still go and tell them that next time do it like this or say it like this. But no, they are sitting. Yes, they still want them to use the technical term, and we are sitting back, and Lilwyn and his people in Kumasi are making it happen. Yes, they are far gone. So for this project, I wish him all the best. But I think so far so good for him. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much to Kojon Kansan Lilwyn. More grease to your elbows, and we are here to also push this to our people in Nigeria. You see the kind of love we share together. So if music we have to do it, this is how it is done. Now we are giving you money. Chop. See the way your people are coming, chop. When you also get the music money, call us to also come and chop some. Now let's move on to another thing. I have seen what I would describe as a cryptic message from Captan, Captan, a former member of the Militants group at the Shatta movement empire. And when I saw the message, I said, well, because it is cryptic, it might have different meaning to different people. Obviously, some of these messages, so many people will see them differently. I said, well, let me ask my people that knowing their exit, the stories behind it, and everything that has been said about the exit or the break up of the Militant group, how do we interpret this cryptic message from Captan, aka
Captan.
One son, and on there one son.
I don't say one son, but his music name is Captan.
No, that one I know, but one son.
There was a name inside there.
One son, yeah. I think he was the one son. But that time everybody was gone and he was the only there. So when one don came, he became
one son.
Oh my goodness. So Captain Abdul Kadir has written this. He says, teamwork makes the dream work. No long talk. I miss this us. And as he's talking about the militants, that is Shatta and the militants at the self joined 77 and Natty Lee. With Captan himself, and he says the bond, and he added blood. He says, but Jano, real life matters. Shatta has a song called Real Life. The Captan
also has a song called Real Life.
Oh, really? Hey.
Yes,
in recent times?
Yeah, I think somewhere last year, can't really see.
So Captan's Real Life came before Shatta's Real Life.
Yeah,
wow, I didn't know about that. Well, so that is what it says. Teamwork makes the dream work. No long talk. I miss this as the bond, but Jano, real life matters. Chabo, how do you understand this cryptic message?
Well, I think for me it's not that encrypted or like it's
nothing hidden in it.
No. Okay. It's a straightforward message. The only thing missing is that he didn't mention the boss himself's name, the Shatta. He didn't say Shatta, let us come back together. But when you look at this, you know what he is trying to say. In fact, after the bond, you will see two blood symbols before the year. So it's like the bond is more like it's a serious one. It's a like blood bond kind of thing.
Yeah.
So let's come back together and make it work. I mean, he is calling for a comeback. He is calling for militants coming back as a group and working with the boss Shatta. And yeah, but that's his dream. And then I think he said something about dream too.
Yeah.
So
life matters,
yes, and so that's what he is calling for. But I think it will be difficult for them
to come back.
Yes, for the dream to come true. But why not? You have every right to dream. Who knows, your dream may come true. So there's nothing wrong for him to dream that they will come back as a group again. It's just that the probability of it happening is really low, or less. It's like playing a beta.
I think it's relaxing instead of
probability of them coming back is Roland doing his playing thing.
And it flew.
Kokra or Lusu. That I know that or little baby 50 CD. So yeah, but I think it's okay. It's okay to dream, and this is a message to Shatta and then the SM team. If you are ready to accept them as a group and for them coming back, I'm thinking about the terms and conditions and how it's going to be. I think it will be something else. So if he can come out with a plan like how the group is going to be this time around and their role in SM camp, I think it will be better than just throwing it out there and say that I miss the group, let's come back together. Yes, if they are coming back together, there should be a plan. We are coming back together as a group. We will do a song, and this is how we are going to play our role in the camp. Yes, and if he can come up with something like that and it sounds okay for people, for the SM camp, I think he will have no problem bringing them back together. And others too should know what is happening and if they are ready to come back. I remember they tried some reunion with some of them. I think Shatta tried reconnecting with Joint 77 and it didn't end well.
They met somewhere.
Well, and it didn't end well. So coming back together will not be just talk kind of thing this time around. There should be a plan. There should be people putting things together, and then we see how it goes. I have done it before. I've been in a group that we planned behind the scene, bring them back together, but after a year or two, then everything fall apart again because it was something else. So you can't get inside people's head and then know what they are thinking and what they really want. You can tell them certain things and they will agree today, but tomorrow they can change their mind again. That's the difficult part of it. So it's good for him to dream, but I don't see it happening. Yeah, for me, I think it's over. He should move on. But as I said, it's good to dream, so he should keep on dreaming.
I see. Abbas, take over. How do you also understand the message from Captan?
Yeah, I feel like he misses his brothers. You see, no matter how somebody is to you, even there are people that I know within me and them can never be friends again. I miss them. I miss the lessons I've learned from them. I miss their action.
I can just
there are
think about some of them.
There are some actions
One
that
of them is running through my mind.
you see, and there are some of their actions that now I personally take. The action they took against me, now I take it. Because now I understood their actions.
I'm happy to hear this.
Because I've learned that at a particular time, there are ways you go about things, and at a particular time, there are ways you go about things.
Based on where you stand.
And where.
Thank you for this.
Being an angel always will never solve the entire problem.
Thank you for this.
Being the devil sometimes also help. I think that's why God even made the balance in such a way that at least we all can remember understanding it, but not losing who you are also is very important. So I feel like probably that is the kind of miss. It's just like me waking up this morning. I really miss my grandmother, Ajia Rukia Tugiwa. She is dead.
I remember her death.
May she be in a peaceful place. May a grave be a light place for her and a peaceful place for her. But I can't have her again.
Yeah.
I need to understand that I can't have her again. And that is one thing I want to tell them. The dream of coming together is no more. Forge forward, progress. You can come and hang out as brothers. There are friends that I really want to I really want to come back together with. But we can't get it the way we used to. You get it? There's a saying of the Yoruba people of Nigeria that says 20 children cannot play together for 20 years. It's never possible.
20 children cannot play together for 20 years.
It's not possible. All your friends that you started crèche with, nursery with, primary with, GSS with, SS with, university.
Don't meet all of them if you guys
by the time
alive for 20 years. That one is
you
true.
won't meet.
It's factual.
Yes. So you need to understand the places where people are and so forth. So me, I have one of the things I do for myself. No matter how I feel like you are bigger than me, when I meet you somewhere and I know you are my friend or my colleague or my mate, I try to relate with you. No matter how I feel like you are lower than me, when I meet, I also try to relate with you. That way we can share that memory we used to have. Then I also understand my place. This is where I belong in that person's life. Look, how proud can you, Militant, can you make Shatta and can you make his case beautiful that you are churning out hits, you are doing things. Now you've invited him to come to any of your show. Imagine Captan is having a show now and post it on social media. It needs 20 retweets or 20 like or 20 share for people. If he gets that, he knows Shatta will come to his show. Do you think Shatta will not follow that? How happy will he be that, okay, you people want to bond back? He has dropped Connect, then Captan will say, me, I'm hosting a Reconnect party or a Reconnect listening in Nima just for my father. Just that's the way I want to reconnect with him. Think it's not about coming and doing it. It's not the real life, because real life is about being a man, stand, push the muscles, and go beyond whatever you think you can. Now we forget about that thing. Now when you come to this, you come to do that boy, now we did it. Now consistency. What value are you adding to yourself? What value are you adding to him? How are you progressing it? But if you are even outside the box, you are somewhere, and let's say this year, he has dropped, you have helped him. You think when you drop, he won't return the favor?
He'll be compelled to.
You do that, then you get back on your game. Write music. You are musicians, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you mean that without the family, you can't survive. Then there's no family, because when you come back, it's the same mediocrity, it's the same one and a year. Then they should be writing music for you still. Write, produce, push forward, go somewhere, go to places. Your father is not somebody who sits down, who is lazy around, who wants people to, even the radio people are fighting, the TV people are fighting, but still is making a way. Haven't you learned from that? You get me? So, brother, I mean, when he speaks this way, me, I say it's not something that is is beyond his reach. He can get it, but he can get it in a different way when he look at it in a different direction. And that is what I want to pray for him. I want to wish for him. I want him to see that, look, he can be his captain. He has beautiful songs. He's a talent on his own. So he should go ahead, do things, and things will be solid.
Well, wrap up on this topic. Then we look at the very last story before we run away.
That's, I mean, once in a while, some of these things come. In fact, even I think somewhere last year, even Shatta even called for their reunion and stuff when he was performing on certain stages, and even threw an open invite to some of them that, this is my show, you can equally pass through, let's jam, let's do some of these things. Yes, it happens. There are so many. I always tell people that when the moment you cross paths with somebody, unless from Accra, we feel it. That's why everybody would have something that they will leave in your life, and once in a while you will miss it. However, it goes beyond you missing it. It goes beyond you reminiscing about old days. Currently, would you want it back with all the situations around it? Would you want it back again with all the circumstances around it? That is also a different conversation. And those conversations, those questions, you would have to answer it before you go ahead to say really if you want it back or not. So yes, some of these things, periodically we are going to see them
as human beings.
As human beings, yes. It's not something unusual. It's not something abstract. It's something that is very human. Even your worst enemy.
So I'm sure that the conversation has been, he should go directly to say what he's looking for than to put it the way he.
What he's looking for, he said it.
But it's not direct.
He's very. Me, I see this message as very direct.
He's very intense.
It is very direct. He says he misses this group, but it is only God knows why this group is no more. So even if you ask him now, okay, would you want to go back? He will be pulled a little with his answer.
Pulled.
Yes, it is not. This message is very clear. He stated what he wants. He says he misses it. It doesn't mean he wants to go back. There are certain ex-girlfriends and certain ex-boyfriends that you miss them. But when they ask you, so would you want to go back? You will say no. It happens. It happens. His message is very clear. And Shatta has even expressed such at a point. Some of his guys have expressed that at a point. Which guy Ben Canon in the body and Ekwe Gidi
John 77.
At that point, I believe that feeling was there, and they thought, okay, can we capitalize on this feeling and do something about it? Yet we also how it ended up. So some of these things are things that goes beyond you missing the group or reminiscing about some of the actions that happened in the past. It's just a feeling, and it simply shows he's human. So yes, whichever way, because you can't say that, throughout my entire workings or dealings with this person, he has always been a bad person. That one is not true. Definitely there will be certain things that he probably would have done that would get you on your good side. And I'm sure Shatta, yes, no matter whatever feeling he has about his militants, he definitely has good days or good things to say about them. Yes, forget about the things that he's been saying about them in recent times. But then, if we should open up the conversation and say, okay, speak about this person, speak about that person, as much as he would want to say the things that they did that he wasn't happy, he equally has certain things that they also did that made him happy. So this is just human behavior, and let's treat it as such.
Well, so Abdul Captan Kadir, everybody thinks there is a small chance that you can try. So instead of doing it this way, you could have even mentioned the boss, post his photo or something, and people will know that you are being humble with it. Sometimes some of these things, the interpretation some people get because you were not straight, they also get it like, okay, this is what you want, but you are not being humble to say it. You are showing your sense of pride in even requesting for or begging for what you are looking for. So maybe next time, you just feel free, Charlie, can we get another chance to do this again or not? And I'm sure that will seal the whole thing, whether it is going to be feasible or not. Now, to the very last story before we move away from here. Remember the Malcolm Luna and his ex-manager story? Alkians Entertainment. Do you remember? Do you also remember that not long ago, people started roasting Malcolm Luna because there was one fine morning where he woke up feeling like, oh, just as Captain's message. Oh, I missed my boss. So my boss was one of the best guys ever. Blah blah blah. Boom boom boom. We also know how they stopped working with each other. That is Arkin Entertainment boss Nelson Kisi and Malcolm Luna. We realized how they stopped working. At a point, if you listen to the CEO spoke, he was really talking in pain because as of the time the breakup came, he saw the expenditure that he was supposed to reap or to benefit from. Yet he was seeing them going down the drain because the artist that he was supposed to do the work with to make the money back, the artist says, I won't do it again. I'm going. It hurt him, it pained him. The reason he changed all the names to DJ Adwan, all those things. Now, Malcolm Luna said he had the basham with all the things surrounding his career. Recently, I don't know if you guys also saw Kofi Jamal also. Charlie, so boys, the squad no. I'm saying Obidio when Mama was signing some.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure.
Kofi Jamal too came to write the same thing.
Yeah.
Richie, look, go on to Twitter, you get it.
Yeah.
Also said, what I'm going through, people don't know.
I'll talk Kofi Jamal.
Yes.
Now Malcolm Luna and others.
Kevin Boy came to console Kofi Jamal at a point to say, bro, because I think after saying that, he said he was about to drop some song B and all that, and Kevin Boy came to retweet that post.
Charlie, those boys, that's why I pray for these musicians all the time. They are going through a lot, so be kind to them. Now, Malcolm Luna is up talking again. He is up talking again. Richie, bring his tweets, his ex posts. So there's one of them. He says, sometimes I want JI. Okay, sometimes I want JI, but bro, it a bash. We all did this together one way or another. We both did this. For 4 years, been recording, writing, been under your training. Underline the word training. He admits. Under your training. You are a great dude. For real. But my sweat day inside. I also worked. I didn't just wake up and all that happened. He's talking about working with his boss and the fact that they all did their magic and he also contributed. It did not end there. He came back and he says, we part ways unfortunately. Then you go put your daughter's name on all my records. How? We part ways unfortunately. Then you go put your daughter's name on all my records. How? The how is that? It is because he owes the money to do it. If you in your first had said you contributed financially, then you have a case. But I said you contributed in writing. Yeah, that one is true. But who owns it according to the music law? The person whose money did the work. Yeah. Now the next one, he says, change it to change it whilst you still have the time, please. I say, change it to change it. Why you still have time?
Please. Commanding you with respect.
No, see, my IG2, I created it way before I met you. You told me that I should share logs with you. I shared the logs. You then logged me out. Didn't see the face of that account for 3 years. Now share logs with me too. You say you've forgotten the password. How? And the last tweet says, say I should bring $500,000 before you give me all my stuff back. LOL. $500,000.
$500,000
US choppable dollars. Chop American choppable dollars. And this is the story. Some the doors were off. Bro,
I'm down.
From your point. And Sammy, I can't send you. I won't go to the on catching pool. Who shall I do? Rather, on
Garden. No, what do you want him to say? If you ask him if he is to go about explaining,
you go there.
Yeah, he would ask himself, okay, this person that I'm explaining, not to show that you are not important, you asking him those questions are not important, or he would want to disrespect you. But of what importance is the explanation to you to what he's going through? Because you see, the artist thinks that he is the only person going through this frustration now. Okay. That is the funny thing. He thinks he's the only person going through this frustration now. He thinks, oh, even the person changing the names even to another person's name of like the records, no, he's even okay. That's the sad thing in this whole conversation. He should not sit anywhere and think, oh, the person or the former boss is okay with the situation currently. I tell you, it even if he says, okay, I have given everything to you, he should never sit anywhere and think, oh, he's okay that. Nobody in his right senses would do such an investment and let it go down the drain or see it go down the drain and say, I am okay. Even if the person owns the world back, the person will still not be okay. So some of these things, they periodically, it will come through. But I wish, well, it is a human institution and some people are bound to make some of these mistakes anyway. Okay. Of which some people would have to learn from some of these people committing the mistakes. So we can only look at them and also help them resolve if we can. And the ones that we can't, we just leave it up like that, because some of these things there, if you want to say and say, at the end of the day, in every quarter, everybody will think they have a case.
So is it because the musicians are ignorant or what?
In most cases.
Because listening to everything he's saying, that me too, I did some. As a name the orca. Says me too, I did some.
And then I make so in most cases, it is out of ignorance. That's what I'm saying. He shouldn't also take away the fact that, or lose sight of the fact that whatever he's going through, that is making him talk like this. The other party is also going through the same thing. The only difference is maybe he is not coming to share, like throw shots like the way you are throwing. But you should also consider that, yes, as much as now you feel, let's take it like it is even 50-50, or it was even 50-50. Even if it was 50-50 like he is describing it, and he is feeling this way now, then he should also understand that the other party is also not okay. Because the more time goes, the more the money still goes down the drain. So if he has any better thing to say, or any better move to make, I believe he should seek advice.
Proper advice.
Whether legal or personal or whatever, he should seek advice on how to move on from this moving forward. Because whether you are able to resolve it or not, you would still wish to move on. So the earlier you seek the advice and know what to do, the better for you. Okay. Else, if you let this one haunt you, because there are some of these cases that have not been resolved, yet both parties have moved on successfully. So whatever the situation is, you will still have to move on. And the earlier you seek the advice to help you move on, the better. Whether you are seeking the advice for you guys to come back, or you are seeking the advice for you guys to part ways, and find your way, it's still you still need to do those checks and balances. So I just feel for him, and I wish he would seek advice. That would be better than some of these rants. I feel his frustration though, because as a creative, your mind will burst you. Your mind will be fun. And of him. So yes, aside everything, I still feel for him, and I wish he seeks advice.
Okay, Abbas, take over.
I don't feel for him.
You don't feel for
No,
him
it's just the beginning.
because you are wicked.
No, because I've been wickeded. I'm in pain more than him. Because when I see people like him, they remind
you of your incidents.
Of wicked people.
Well, I also have some case like this though. Because of that, now I don't smell to some people. Some certain class of people.
That's I mean. You wish. You see.
One day.
Oh yes.
You see, they think they are wise until it's last show. Then they will know they are very foolish. They are different people. Somebody will say, let it go. You can forgive, but to forget, it is the most difficult part. And you see the way he thinks, that is the way people of his caliber, of thinking they are creative. Then the person says, I am the creative. Me a machine. Hey, Jack, me ni ma bravo 2 minutes kwa shesa na wo bre. Uni ma bravo mi bre. But I am me just say me di ma bravo atuso. Me kura me dia no obi na di ni sika ye den atuso. Anka me was anka me say di tuso. So imagine. So obi di na bravo eni ni sika ni na ye den atuso. Imagine say wo kobre wa ha na wo de bebu. And this kind of business that we are in, can tell taking every bucket, pouring it into a basket. That is the job we are in. It is only God that can cement the basket. If God doesn't cement your basket, forget it. So imagine at the time that God is cementing the basket small. Imagine say basket ye say na nyame cementing akakra na nso ni bem. Me nipa na ofili so no ye insuo wura no I say okay my two pipe ni say what can 10 years cement ti me sika me dia beto insuo 50% dem bia say si ana nyame cement mi we ni kakra na me ba be sabi on ka say obe increase price no kura po wo si wo dia wo pipe ni de on ton mami because we can't deny it ya cement no say si ya cement kakra ba they forget themselves and become greedy and think that they are wiser. So you have no use to them, you have no knowledge, they overgrow you, they've met better people. Where are those better people when we were starting? Where are they? Now when you are suffering, where are those better people? Those better people are leech. Kunama. Omba be show moja mosquito. They will not advise you properly. They will not feed you.
He's talking from experience.
That love that person had for you, they will not. You are their next business, Brasami. You are just their next business. And the one that sacrifices life. Imagine, Brasami, you are leaving your family midnight. Money that you are supposed to give your wife, you give your child, you do something, then you are spending on this person. Accusation upon accusation from your family, external, internal, they're wrangling. Now, I say, okay, you in your heart, you are very sure, because their talent are also very sure. You are sure you that what you are doing there. And you can cry, the family don't understand it, because Akwawe hit here. Imagine I'm with Whiskey from day one. And I've suffered with him for 10 years. And now, the whiskey that is there, whether I play show or no play show, where I get 5% or 10%. That's what I mean. You think my wife will complain now? Check in about the children say, oh, my brother, 5% for shopping. The 5% for year they obey. Or family, your customers are like, wait. They will now be praying for me to have another whiskey in my life. But that's the time I was struggling. Then imagine, in between, then whiskey cut me off. Now me, I don't have the resources. Me, I don't have the family to go to. Me, look, he's compensating his wife and his children. Name it all your children that you have not born. Name all the social media name with them. My wife woke up and go to Captan on anybody with a lot of followers. Pressure be news. Which means there is some school. with this kind of writing on sakra baku ebi o akotina baby kwa na wa twifun na adwina scatters pressure dey be ebi o mo chi Sammy am kwa na ho twifu afua o ma bi ni na wale they always see themselves by themselves. So you want to survive, but you don't think I want to survive. Where will I live? What can feed me? How I can feed? Waste time on you, waste money on you, waste energy on you, waste my connect on you, make enemy because of you. Make friends I don't want to be friends with, make friends with them for you. But I mean, there are monies that you can't even count off in this industry that you spend on people that you are just laughing with them and you know they are just laughing with you. But because you want the business to go on and for the love of the business and for the result. So you think it is just that I too love you or you are too creative or you are too fine. That is why I've come and peg myself to you. That you wake up one day and decide, okay, you are going. And even if when they wanted to leave, they don't leave respectfully. They don't leave consciously. At that time, they are consumed by their greed and their self-love to the extent that they don't care about you. Whether you go and hang and die, they don't give a hoot about it. Some of them do it successfully and they go. I always say, when you do that with anyone, just be watching your back. It is just two things. Me, if you do it with people like me, because I know very well that in your grave, in heaven, God will take my share for me. So far I've sweat quarter because my God is not ungrateful God. Unless you come to me and I tell you, me, I've forgiven you. But I don't forget the pains. So these are things that don't even allow me to forget it. Then the second people, they will time you at the proper time and they will deal with you. You should also don't forget that the way he is feeling headache, the guy, this is his own way of recovering his headache. Because I'm sure with banana, social media, the quality brew na irritating and inviting sent on front to Cynthia Folucia, inviting na question.
Or more we are come show. Maybe
I'll talk when the account on coach Sunny didn't funny by the show one time. Now, me ribe Hanukkah class, oh, says, oh, who are brava questions, 2.5 minutes.
DJ
Abbas has said it all. I mean,
let Abbas talk.
The passion is deep. It's sometimes it's really it will hurt you. Like he is trying to say his part, but even trying to say his part, the way he's going about it is it's not good. It's like he's commanding the other party and at the same time pleading with him, and it doesn't work like that. You can't command somebody and change it, please. It's true. It's not
so
cool.
He's not started a new Instagram account.
You can't start. You should start a letter.
Yeah, I mean, so I think the guy, he really enjoyed a lot of goodies at the time that they were together.
Yes. To listen to some of the stories.
Yeah, at the time that they were together.
And during their time, I enjoyed some money.
Yeah. I remember even the time that he came to the studio.
He started one.
So he started one. There's the verified one. The verified one is 218K, and the one that he started, is around 23K.
And that one is not verified.
That one is not verified. And because of the verified one, they can't verify the new one. It will not be verified.
And they change it.
Yes. Well, the thing is that he can fight for it, but where it will end will be that pay him so that he will hand over to you. That's how it works. I mean, yes, he has spent.
And even the verified one, they've archived all the posts with crap.
Yes, so he has paid to get you there. So you can't just say I'm going just give it to me. No, you have to compensate him for it, and you have to sit with him and negotiate that. That's why I'm saying that he's commanding and begging at the same time, and it doesn't work like that. If you want that account back, fine. I mean, it's your name, so even if you try to push it, you want to take it to court or whatever, yes, you will have a case, but it will end up like pay him. He has worked on it. You can't just say that, oh, it's my name, so give it to me. No, it doesn't work like that. I mean, if you are going for justice or you are going for equity, it will end up like compensate you and take the account if you want it, because he has worked on it. He has paid money for people to manage it in a way that you see it so attractive that you want it back. If it is that easy, then what you have done will be more than what he is having. It wouldn't be an issue for you. You now you have seen that it's not easy. That's why you want it back. So you rather go in a negotiation mode. Go and negotiate with him and then get it back if you want it. If you can't, and then you beg him properly whether something will touch him for him to give it to you back. Don't go the way that he's doing it. He said, he said, sometimes I want to jail my eye. As in, I don't want to think about it. I want to let it go, but they pay me. I be pay me. So you think the guy is okay? He's not. It's also paying him. That's why he even changed the name. The first time that I saw the name change, I was like, but why? It looks like this guy is going too far, but it was a way for him to also recover small. I mean, it's a form of therapy for him. I've changed it now. I see that it's mine. But if the name is still your name, he will still benefit, all right. He will still be getting whatever revenue that will be coming, but he will still not feel okay, because it's like your stamps are everywhere. Your name will be also hunting him after spending so much on you, after working with you and sacrificing a lot of things, and your name, he will be seeing your name everywhere, and he will be thinking that you have decided to make him lose certain things, like whether intentionally or unintentionally. He will lose certain things. He was, especially when you have that conviction that this is it, this is my time, I'm going to make it. Then they cut it like that. It's really painful.
Just the last time Shatta went to 3 Music, we were with him. He said there was a money down for him to go collect to. $45,000. That he was going to take, and even after taking the $45,000, the next one was some $200,000. He was telling us all of them.
Yes. So it will
his big song.
Called Benzo. Yeah.
He had done remixes and features. Sammy Wendishi.
Yeah, so he's not doing it because he wants to punish him. He's also doing it for himself. So if he thinks that he's doing it to punish him, that's not the case. And again, he's not learning. And yes, when you look at the truth, you can see that he's ignorant of certain things. He can fight for whatever that he thinks that he deserves, but it will cost him. That's the point. I mean, when is me too, I contribute. Yes, you contributed, so you can fight for your portion. But it will cost you money. You don't want to pay anything, but you want to get some benefit. No, it doesn't work like that. So it's either you are ignorant of it or you want it the easier way. So you are now going to put it to the public like that, and people will support you. Obviously, I wish that you will see the comment after his tweet. Yeah, some people will say, yeah, he should give it to you. He's wicked and all that, just for you to feel good. But no, when it comes to the proper settlement, it will not be like somebody saying things for you to feel good. And if you really want the pain to go, as he is saying that I want to jail my eye by the pain, you know, he should do the proper thing or the needful.
Okay.
Talk to the guy in a negotiation. Go with your negotiation mood. Don't go and order for things or command to get certain things. No, go and negotiate. If you do proper negotiation, you will get what you deserve, or you will be happy at the end of the day. If you just want the name change, go and negotiate for the name change. Say, I beg you, yeah, I know it's you, it's for you. The benefit will come to you, but please change the name and let's enjoy together. Maybe when people see the name and I can point to it, I can also benefit from it. That's my plea. And if there's any money to pay for that, then you negotiate and pay for that. But don't go with any form of command or trying to whip some sympathy from the public and then to make the guy look bad. No, those of us who knows the money and how this thing works, it will not work for you. So I think they should learn from him. I mean, a lot of them are having issues like that, especially the new ones, the young musicians who at some point blew, like we knew that they are coming up and then all of a sudden we can't hear from them again. I think they are not getting good advice and they should watch out. Otherwise they will suffer more. Yeah.
Well, on this note, we want to say a very big thank you for spending your time with us. The gentleman who just finished talking is called Intimdo Solomon. You can also call him Chamo, our online manager here at Flex Entertainment Limited. And he also controls Intimdo Digital Media, yes, for your streaming and all your monetization purposes. Abbas in the middle is from Elevate GH. He's the CEO, an event person, marketing person, and one of our pundits here on the show. And my immediate left is Roland Amate. He works with Shagzi, he works with Shatta Movement, and Roland Reports online as well. Just so you get to know us, link up and let's do some more. To those behind the scenes, Digital Rasta is called Currency, who did camera for us, Richie Flex is the editor director of the show, and Tap Send also supported us to get this content broadcasted all over the world. Remember, Tap Send is an app that you can also get on your phone to wire money from abroad to Ghana and some African countries. They have introduced what they call the wallet. The wallet helps you to convert money from cedis that are in high exchange rates. So you can keep it in the wallet. When it's time for you to send the money, you still get the high exchange rate, not when it has come down. Remember, you have to use the promo code SammyFlex anytime you are doing anything with Tap Send. My name is Sammy Flex. I'll see you when I see you. But more content, watch more videos, and enjoy Ghana's entertainment on this channel. We are out of here. Bye-bye.